Let's start. All right. So, what are the side effects of weak English? So many times this is actually confessed by many people who join the class, and this is based on the feedback what I have received from students, candidates, working professionals, housewives, all these people, that when I have weaker language, it can be any language for that matter, but specifically here English, I feel embarrassed to express myself. Okay. I feel shy. I feel that something might go wrong. I feel that people might laugh on me. I really feel that maybe whatever I'm speaking, others may not understand. I can make fool out of myself. So I feel very embarrassed to express myself. That's a major concern of many people. So how many of you think this at the moment? You can raise your hand or just say I, or just speak out your name. Do you feel embarrassed about expressing yourself? Do you pause a lot? Do you think a lot before you speak, or you're spontaneous? Okay, one. Only 1% feels that. So others might have some different problems. All right. So if I may ask, uh, whom do we have? Shambhavi. Shambhavi, what's your problem? What do you think when you have to speak English? What can help you to make it a better language? Shambhavi, are you there? Yes.
Yes, actually your voice is breaking, so I didn't
Okay, my voice is breaking. Is it for all? Everybody?
No,
Shaurya, Radha, Tejas?
no, not for me.
Siddhant?
we are able to.
Okay, you are able to hear me. All right. So please do let me know beforehand if my voice is breaking and if I'm sounding like a robot. Shambhavi, are you able to hear me now? Is it loud and clear? Yes? No?
Yes, now it's clear.
Okay. So what do you think? Why do you need English classes? What would be your objective to join English class?
Hello,
Hi, Divya.
I need English
Pooja, I'm
classes.
not able to hear you.
You're not able to hear me?
Hello.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, Shambhavi. Complete your answer, then I'll
Yes,
address the issue.
yes. I need English classes to improve my English.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Divya. Hold on, Divya. I'll just complete her answer and I'll resolve your issue.
Yes, can I continue?
Yes.
Yes. I need English class to improve my English, or I can speak fluently in my some speaks or in some programs when there is school.
Okay.
And I can write English. I can write grammar in very neat means neat sentences.
Okay. All right. I get it. Divya, you're not still able to hear us. Is there a problem still? Divya? I guess you're fluctuating a lot. All right. Siddhant, what would be your one reason to improve your language? What would be the outcome?
I just wanted to learn English to get growth in my career.
Career. Okay. All right. So everybody wants growth, whether you're a student or you're a working professional, everybody wants to move ahead in life. Yeah. Shrikant, why do you think that you want to learn English? Where would you use it? Shrikant? Hello? Am I audible? You can speak, because without you speaking, I won't really understand if you're able to hear me and you're on track. Tejas, why do you want to learn English?
इंग्लिश लिख सकता हूँ लेकिन बोल नहीं सकता.
अच्छा, English पढ़ सकते हो, लिख सकते हो, लेकिन बोल नहीं सकते. So this is more about spoken English. Okay, all right. Is your schooling done in English medium?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, all right. Maybe that could be one of the reasons. Do you enjoy reading English?
Yeah, ma'am.
Good. All right. Then shouldn't be a major issue. All right. So let's
Ma'am,
go
I
ahead.
can write English. Sorry, ma'am.
Okay. You can write English, but you don't speak well. That's what you're considering.
I am afraid.
Yes. Okay. Divya, are you back in the class? Are you able to hear us now? There's some technical issue at your end, Divya, because you're fluctuating a lot. If you're not able to hear this right now, maybe I can share the recorded video. Are you there, Divya?
No, I can share it now. Yes,
Okay.
Pooja, I'm here.
Great. All right. Let's go ahead. Let's understand what all activities we do in the class. Okay, so that we improve the language. So first of all, these are interactive live Zoom classes. I've put the students' photos because not every working professional would like to have their photos shared with the public. Students don't mind. Okay, so we do take these live interactive classes. These are not pre-recorded. Right now, the way we are having it, the same classes. I may ask students category especially to switch on the videos, not for the working professionals, because students have little less span of attention. So I take shorter classes for students, but I need them live. And that means a video on. That's the point which I highlight when I take the admissions. For adults, for working professionals, we don't have video on, but that doesn't mean that you can really divert your attention. But I think they're a little more responsible. Second thing, what happens in interactive live Zoom classes is like we do a couple of activities. I'm going to tell you one by one, and you can ask me questions around it. So what I do is sometimes I show a random picture and ask them to think on the spot about it. And these are the pictures from a daily life. Okay. So for example, if you're stuck in this traffic and if you come back, all right. Shaurya, don't start your video right now. I just mentioned in the actual exams, in the actual classes, you have to start your video. Don't misunderstand me that I asked you to switch on now. Okay. So I show some random pictures from your daily life. Okay. And then I ask the students to think about it for a minute and then answer, make a story around it. If you come back home from some place and you want to express that this is the place where I was stuck. Okay, what all things you can think of? Any ideas you can put in? भरपूर traffic होता, बहुत traffic था. How would you put the same thing in English? Anybody? I'm asking you right now. Too much traffic. Okay, very good. And
There was a lot of traffic.
there was a lot of traffic. Okay, that's nice. Anything else? Everybody can try. Siddhant, Divya, Shambhavi. I asked, how would you describe this? Okay, your car or your rickshaw or you were stuck somewhere here in this traffic. So घरी आल्यानंतर काय सांगणार कि कुठे होतो? घर पे आने के बाद क्या बोलेंगे कि हम लोग कहाँ कैसे फंस गए थे? What will you say?
I was stuck in traffic.
I was stuck in traffic. Very good. And then Shrikant, Radha, Shaurya. Guys, you can express wrong or right, doesn't matter. There was much of traffic on the road. Okay, all right. Shaurya can speak. Why are you typing it out? Okay, Divya. How would we say खूप traffic hota?
It was too crowded.
It is too crowded. Yes. Okay. So different ways of expressing the same thing. There's nothing wrong in each one of the statements. It's just that now the better word for this that there was congestion. You understand congestion?
Okay.
Congestion. Congestion means jam. जैसे congestion कहाँ और कहाँ होता है? Body में? What happens? Choked.
Chest.
Yeah, right.
Choked.
Absolutely right. So in the chest, you get congestion. So doctor check करके बोलते हैं, छाती मध्ये भरले. Okay. So you have got cough in your chest, in your lungs, right? So we have congestion.
Right.
Choke. When you get choked, okay, that's congestion. So traffic is a very common word which people use. Now, if you want to improve your language and you want to be a little more precise, I think congestion is one word which people would understand. कि खूब लॉक होता सगळं, बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसे जैम थी, ट्रैफिक जैम बोलते हैं हम लोग इसको. So we try and discuss things. We take things from you and understand how people contribute. That's the beauty of being in a group. Okay. So if you're in a group, people contribute. And if people contribute, when they read more, it becomes even better. All right. And then I give my opinion, my version, and my words. This is how we improve. We do this as describe image storytelling based on any image from your daily life, so that your conversations become more meaningful, okay, with your colleagues, with your friends. The next thing is describe the image, but in a written format, okay? I don't focus too much on the writing part. because I think this is more about, this class is more about spoken English. You should be able to have conversations. If you're spontaneously having conversations, then you can write spontaneously also. Okay. So these are the highlights, that how people write and how we correct, in the class itself. I show them this image, which is shared by the student. I highlight it in the class itself. So there's writing part of spellings and grammar and other things which are also getting covered. We have a lot of debates and discussion. Okay. And for somebody like adults, like working professionals and all, who understand the questions very well and the social issues, there are a lot of social talks that we have during the morning walks, evening walks, or coffee breaks, smoke breaks. So people talk about all these things, right? Young people who commit crimes should be treated in the same way as adults who commit crimes, was the question in one of the in one of the sessions, where people were given a choice. Do you think so? So there are people who said yes, there are people who said no, and then we did a long list of words. Okay. Now I'm just going to ask you these words just to know that how many of you know these words, so that we know the level of students, and we can really have updated and upgraded versions for you all when you start the class. Okay. So juveniles. So what do we understand by juveniles? Juveniles kaun hote hai? Who are juveniles? Any idea? I'm referring to this word here. Juveniles. 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 कौन होता है juveniles? Crime के rate में. You must have seen in Crime Patrol, CID. नहीं? Juvenile court होता है. So juveniles, if you don't know, I'll tell you the meaning. It's the one who is less than 18 years old. Okay, juvenile मतलब क्या? 18 साल के नीचे. So we call it as young people. Okay, teenagers. Any other name, but juvenile specifically in the legal terms, court cases, juveniles are the one, those who commit crime but are underage. Okay, you understand what is juvenile now? Siddhant? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you must have heard different cases where a 16-year-old boy was part of the team and group, okay, where they cracked open the house, or they had robbery, theft, rape cases. There are so many things which are happening around us. So that boy is a juvenile. Baki sab log adults hai. So he is treated differently in the court. Okay. This is what we learned during the discussion of this topic, where people debated and where people were trying to say, agar bacche honge to unko nahi karna chahiye. What is bacche? Another word for bacche is juvenile. Somebody less than 18. Okay. People are talking about maturity, uncomparable, heinous crime. Now, since there are like a mixed crowd, I won't really get into the types of crime, but heinous is just one word which I'll take. What is heinous? Ew. ऐसा लगता है ना? Ew. Heinous crime. जैसे किसी का पैसा चोरी किया, you don't feel bad. I mean, you feel bad, but you don't feel like ew. Okay, but can you imagine if somebody cuts their hands and fingers and throws it away in different pieces, different directions? ऐसे crimes भी सुने रहेंगे ना? That's heinous. Yes, Siddhant?
Yeah, my question is like, can we use this word juveniles in our daily life?
Yeah, but then generally
Or
it
this
is
is
used
like
more
something
of
law
court.
language?
Law. Yes, yes, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. That's a law.
So like we used a teenager, we can say, right?
Yes, yes. In a social context, we say teenagers. Juveniles are under 18 who commit crime specifically.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood.
Yeah. So it's a juvenile code. All right. Heinous crime. I was referring to heinous crime. So heinous is something wherein you, as a ghan vatal, gee, okay, somebody beheaded somebody. Okay, don't imagine all these things. You'll feel really heinous. Okay. So heinous as I was. I'll take one interesting word here. Gullible. You understand gullible people? Gullible. Now you'll remember these words lifetime. Trust me. When you focus here, gullible. You know Gully Boy as a movie? पता है कि नहीं पता है? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Gully Boy में वो कहाँ का था? He was from one of the gullies. मतलब he was from the slum. Okay. Now just to remember, okay, gullible. Okay. Gullible are the people who are very innocent. क्या होते हैं वो लोग? Innocent. भोले, भाबड़े. Okay. या फिर जो easily, okay, can be easily cheated. वो cheat नहीं करते, can be easily cheated. जैसे कि you know these people who are crowding around a person who says मैं 100 रुपए का 200 रुपए करके दूंगा. and we will say, हाँ, ये लो मेरा 100 रुपया. So that person is gullible. You understand what is a gullible person? Gully boy मतलब गली का लड़का. गली का लड़का मतलब वो बहुत innocent है. Did you understand? This is just for reference. Okay, so gullible is nothing but somebody who's very innocent, मतलब भोले बाबू. For example, during voting, okay, politicians go for rallies and processions. ऐसे होते हैं ना, इसके पीछे 200-500 लोग होते हैं pollution के पीछे. These people do not know what they're doing. Okay, उनको सिर्फ कहा जाता है ये लो certain amount of money and you have to just walk from this point to that point. और आपको end में 300 रुपए 400 रुपए some amount will be given to you. Sometimes these people do not know what they're saying, what they're speaking in front of the camera also by media. So they are gullible. Gullible मतलब क्या? भोले भाले लोग. There are a lot of scams happening. Scams होते हैं ना कि एक काम करो Google Pay पे ये पिन दे दो आप हमारा and then you know आपको 5,000 रुपए मिलेंगे. आप Amazon से या Valentine's Day पे या 8th March पे you are getting free gifts. Just press on this button, this app, this pin, something like that. तो ये भोले भाले लोग कर देते हैं. These are all gullible people. So gullible people are the ones who can be easily cheated. Do you know any gullible person? Think about that person. That's something which will help you to remember it. Okay, that's how we debate and discuss. Please ask me questions. I'm not expecting you to sit on mute in this class because we are going to have a very similar format of the class. So please participate as much as possible by asking questions, if any. Okay? Sure. The second topic which we did was zoos. Now these are the real issues where politicians are discussing and NGOs are discussing, animal caretakers are discussing. Zoos ko band kiye? कर दिए या फिर नहीं? I think we need zoos to protect these rare animals. Some people think zoos are cruel. How many of you visited zoo in the recent past? 5 साल में 10 साल में? That would be the recent past, I would say, if not 2 years. Anybody visited zoo? Sanctuary? Okay, Radha, only one person. So I think we should close the zoos because not everybody visits zoo. Yes, Shambhavi visited. Shrikant, did you visit zoo? Siddhant, Tejas, Shaurya, Shambhavi, Divya?
Yes, ma'am.
No.
Yes, I visited.
Okay. All right. So you think that it is something that we need to be, it needs to be banned? It's very cruel. Animals बिचारे से पड़े रहते हैं कोने में. We can't really see those animals happily moving around. They are not joyful. They are not active. They are not energetic. These are the debates and these are the points which people have mentioned about why zoos should be banned. Okay, there have been cases that animals have died because of lack of nutritional diet. Okay, so we did a lot of discussions where these 3-4 people here, these were on one side, these people are from the other batch, okay, and they were discussing about it, and these 3 people were on this side, okay, and they were discussing about different points. Okay, अलग-अलग points दे रहे थे कि क्यों बंद करना चाहिए और क्यों नहीं बंद करना चाहिए. Okay, so this was something which we were discussing in the class itself. Okay, I can hear some background noise from Shrikant's side. Okay. So during this process, Shrikant, are you in the office? Okay. There's a lot of background noise. Do you have any question? You can ask me the question. आपके पीछे बहुत noise है लेकिन. Okay. If you don't have a question, you can keep yourself mute. Okay, we do a lot of article reading as well. Sentence by sentence, word by word. I use 3 languages in the class, Hindi, Marathi, and English. Okay, so I tell people, I explain people, I show images, I show the pronunciations part as well. I play it so that you can hear it, you can understand it, and you can use it in your daily life. Okay, somebody's phone is buzzing. That's Shrikant. All right. So why is climate change happening around us? What are the something? It's half. So what do? We highlight. Now this is advanced English. This is for somebody who would be fairly of a certain level. So we don't do all the articles for everybody. There are age appropriate articles which you can use in your daily life. Corporate guys generally have this corporate topics. Housewives and all have very generic topics. Students will have something which you can actually be knowledge building as well as entertaining for them to have discussions. Okay. but this is article reading, and we don't read very long articles. We read a small para, but we ensure that we read in a fashion that people remember that at least for 2-3 days if they don't really open the notebook once again. Okay, so article reading is one of the interesting areas. Grammar rules. Everybody thinks that learning English requires a lot of grammar. Do you really think so? Learning English, listen to my question. Learning language, any language for that matter, Marathi, Hindi, Gujarati, Spanish, learning a language, okay, that too in terms of speaking, okay, learning to speak the language requires knowledge of grammar, theoretically. How many of you are agreeing to this? Grammar पाहिजेच पाहिजे, त्याच्याशिवाय शिकता येत नाही. Grammar चाहिए ही चाहिए, इसके बिना नहीं सीख सकते. All right. So those of you agree, I am asking this simple question. Think to yourself, when you were a baby, I'm just saying a just born baby, after 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, okay, we're having your growth stages. At what point of time did you learn grammar? Anybody? आपण शिकतो का grammar? लहानपणी? 1 year असताना, 2 years असताना? I don't think, okay, anybody teaches you grammar by telling you this is a tense, this is noun, this is adjective. I think we learn by doing it. Okay, so when a child looks at the water and somebody is saying pani pani, that child learns pani. When somebody is saying pani pani, that child learns that's pani. When somebody says water to that same thing, he learns water. Somebody says tanni, then tanni. You understand? So if you call certain object at a certain word, they'll absorb these words. Exactly the same process we have been following in the first 2 to 3 years of our life. Suddenly school mein aa jate and everybody makes a fuss out of grammar, and people are actually behind learning the grammar, okay, in a sense that आपल्याला घोकंपट्टी करायला लागते. I hate doing that process. I don't like, you doing rote learning. I call it as a rote learning. The right word is घोकंपट्टी Marathi मध्ये, Hindi मध्ये. Okay, when people are just trying to understand this theoretically. So when I ask questions, when I teach all these things, I used to do that before, that I used to teach them specifically, and I used to take a test, written test. Everybody used to get everything right. But while speaking, they used to falter. Because knowing the grammar and speaking is connected only to a certain extent. Shora, you have any question? Yes? Other lower the hand. Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay, all right. So the point is, don't be overburdened with the grammar theory. Ki mala grammar shikayacha, bahar kayacha. You can learn grammar. Definitely we have grammar rules and grammar points, but don't learn it from only theoretical perspective. Hechante he lavecha, hechante he lavecha, hechante he lavecha. Enjoy the whole process of learning, and then we can use it. So we do generally one grammar rule at a time. Jaise ki should is one grammar rule, and we actually pool the sentences from each one of you in the class. प्रत्येक जण आपापले sentence देतो. Okay. Vocabulary development. Now this is specifically a vocabulary development where people have questions or they have points related to certain topics. जसे की very शब्द नसलेले कुठले, तर very tired is equal to exhausting. So that is one list that we do. One word for something. जैसे कि fond of company. I've taken few samples. I won't be taking all of them. But when you're fond of a company, म्हणजे ही मस्त है, हिला फ्रेंड्स खूप आवडतात, इसको फ्रेंड्स बहुत पसंद है. Okay, that means ये फ्रेंड्स के साथ रहती है, रहता है. That means that person is a gregarious person. कैसा है? Gregarious. Gregarious means somebody who loves people, loves being in people. Okay, अकेले अकेले नहीं रहता है वो, लोगों के साथ रहता है. So he is very gregarious. Okay, they are happy in the company of people. All right. Indelible. Indelible means making marks that cannot be removed. In मतलब नहीं. In मतलब नहीं. Bal. Bal मतलब हो नहीं सकता. क्या हो नहीं सकता? Indelible. That means I cannot remove something. So if you put something like with a permanent marker, क्या होगा? It cannot be removed. Okay. So do not use permanent marker on the laptop. Okay. Or on the whiteboard or on the page. It will be indelible. In मतलब नहीं. Bal. A bal means able. नहीं होगा. क्या नहीं होगा? Okay, indelible. वैसे in वाले बहुत words है. We can have like another word is infallible. In म्हणजे नाही, नहीं. Okay, fall मतलब गिरना, पडणार. Okay, able means नाही पडणार तो कधीच. होऊच शकत नाही तो पडणार कधी. Now पडणार doesn't mean physically, but you are incapable of making mistakes of being wrong. Okay, कुछ लोगों को ऐसा खुद के ऊपर भरोसा होता है, टीम मेंबर्स के ऊपर भरोसा होता है कि नहीं वो गलत कर ही नहीं सकता. No, I don't think he will do this. He is infallible. मतलब ऐसे मिस्टेक्स वो कर ही नहीं सकता कि किसी और रॉन्ग क्लाइंट को रॉन्ग ईमेल गया, okay, और राइट क्लाइंट को रॉन्ग ईमेल गया, whichever way you think. Okay, infallible. For example, if somebody says complains to teacher saying that he copied, no, he didn't. I don't think so. He is infallible. वो कर ही नहीं सकता ऐसे. Okay, so inevitable is another word. In म्हणजे नाही, evit म्हणजे avoid. ते असं अवॉइड करू शकत नाही. सो व्हॉट इज इनएविटेबल इन लाईफ? जैसे की डेथ. कैन यू अवॉइड डेथ? नो, यू कैन प्रोलॉन्ग. ओके, लोग पहले 50-60 तक जीते थे, अभी 70-80, अभी 90-100, बट डेथ इज सर्टन टू हैपन. सो डेथ इज इनएविटेबल. एजिंग. ओके, तुम अभी छोटे हो, स्कूल में हो, फिर कॉलेज में जाओगे, फिर इफ यू आर एडल्ट राइट नाउ इन 30s, you become 40s, 50s, aging. You are going to grow. Okay, sun is going to rise tomorrow, whether you like it or you don't like it. You are going to age. You are going to have wrinkles probably. That is inevitable. वो तो होना ही था. We say that, right? That is मतलब नाही, evitable. म्हणजे ते avoidच करू शकत नाही. ते होणारच. Okay. And then last word is nostalgia. Okay. You take pictures from your mobile. Why? So that one day when you're free, you sit with that album, okay, your virtual album right now, and you go through those pictures. Google Photos give you the memory. है ना? Last year इस दिन पे क्या हुआ था? Last to last year, 5 साल पहले. And when you look at these photos when you are younger, you feel nostalgic, emotional. तिकडे गेल्यासारखं वाटतं. वहां पर हम लोग जिए थे, किए थे, जो भी खाया था, पिया था. I feel nostalgia. Okay, nostalgia means going in the past and lingering in the past. Okay, वो बचपन में वो यादें. Okay, so you know these all things when you think of these candies. अभी summer vacation में क्या होता है? Pepsi Cola. If you have had it in your childhood, you'll think अरे यार हम लोग बचपन में खाते थे, अभी नहीं खाते. So how do you feel? Nostalgia. When you go to your school, right now a couple of you are in school, but there are people who have passed out of their school. And if they are in school, nearby the school building, they'll feel, this is where I attended my school. I feel nostalgic. Okay. So how do you feel nostalgic? You might feel in terms of corporate life also. If you go to your previous company, if you meet your some colleague from your previous company and you spend half an hour, you feel, I feel nostalgic. यहीं पर हम लोग बैठते थे, चाय पीते थे, खाते थे, पीते थे, whatever. Did you understand all these 5 words? Gregarious. Just remember somebody. If you know Gauri, if you the Danesh, if you Rajesh, Sam, जो भी पता आपको, Mervin, so you can remember like this. Gregarious. Okay, whatever. Tom, Sham, Divya, Radha, Shambhavi. You can put anybody's name. Gregarious somebody. Okay. Indelible somebody. Infallible somebody. Okay. Inevitable कोई नहीं होता है. We cannot use it for a person. Inevitable is used for things. Okay, so it is inevitable. म्हणजे हे तर होणारच होतं. Okay, it was inevitable. Okay, that कौन सा भी, वो कंपनी डूबने ही वाला था, वो पता ही था. Okay, वो आदमी मरने वाला था, पता था. उसको तो अरेस्ट होने वाला था. It was inevitable. Okay, and nostalgia about our college and school days and past days and photographs and all. Any questions? Any thoughts? This is what we do in the class. Okay. But generally we take these words instead of separately from the articles so that you have a reference point. Any questions? Any thoughts? Please share. There's a series and dialogue translation, which I've not taken here because it's actually very difficult to take the videos translation because you're all of different age groups. Corporate guys have got corporate series. So we play the series. वो हिंदी में होता है. And I pause after every sentence and then ask people to translate it. Okay. I'll ask you one typical translation, or I can tell you one typical translation. Then people say, अरे मेरे लिए एक टिकट निकालना, डायलॉग ऐसा है. So people literally translate, can you please remove a ticket for me? मेरे लिए टिकट निकालना. Remove a ticket. From where should I remove the ticket? No, we don't remove the ticket. We purchase or buy a ticket, right? अरे जरा पंखा निकाल देना. Hey, can you please close the fan? Hey, can you please remove the fan? This is how people literally translate. Hey, पंखा निकाल देना. Okay, but how do you translate in English literally? Please switch off the fan. Please turn off the fan. Okay, these are the phrases that we'll be learning on the way as well. Any questions? Ask me now. We have less than 2.5 minutes for this conversation. And if you guys want to have a conversation, we can have another 20 minutes by rejoining. Let me know so that you can interact with each other. Okay. You have any questions? Did you understand the format of learning?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to share most of the time my screen. We have this white screen as well. Okay. I can write on this. Okay. And I have colors. I can highlight. Okay. I'm sure if you have used Zoom. Okay. So in, edit, and able. ऐसे 3 words. Okay. They are joined to make one word. This is how you remember the word. Okay. This is the white screen. We also do this. We watch the series. Okay. And I can share a word. For example, people do not know the spelling or this. I show this. I'll share the screen now. I tell you the process. I'm here to teach you how to fish, not to give you a fish every day. समझा मैंने क्या बोला? I'm here to teach you how to fish, do the fishing. अगर किसी को इसका मीनिंग नहीं पता है ये वर्ड का या प्रोनाउंसिएशन नहीं पता है, so we literally go there. Okay, we click on this so that you understand the pronunciation as well. So you can hear also from this. Okay, different pronunciation. Liaison.
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 Okay, so ये word कहाँ use होता है? Generally it's a thickening agent. जैसे कि हम लोग अंडा वगैरह डालते हैं ना, बटर बिटर डालते हैं खाने में in cooking. That binding agent इसको बोलते हैं. There are people who coordinate यहाँ से वहाँ से यहाँ. That's also called as liaison. Liaison or liaison. Okay, so there's UK and US version of it, and Indian version is liaison. Okay, liaisoning department करके बोलते हैं इंडिया में, गवर्नमेंट का वर्जन. We have YouTube series as well for working professionals, जैसे कि cubicle. Okay, and cubicle, if we have episode 2, okay, of salary, वहाँ पर salary कैसे negotiate करते हैं, क्या करते हैं? We stop at every sentence and we translate this. Okay, you can please rejoin quickly so that we can have conversations. And just 20 minutes sharp at 1, we'll be closing this. Okay, we'll have 2 people or 3 people at a time so that we can have conversations. Sharp by 1, we are done with the class. All right, so please rejoin by clicking on the same link and we can have quick conversations. I'll ask